What's up, YouTube? What's up, America? How y'all doing? It's your boy, Success Educator. Once again, you are on the hot seat. What's up, man? We got a great show for you guys this evening. Now, I want to start off with a shop talk like we always do about this time, and we got a very important topic on the table this week. You have exactly 1 day. Tomorrow is the deadline for you to register to vote in the state of Texas. We got a very important election coming up. And so naturally, my shop talk segment is about last night presidential debate that was everything but presidential. What's up? I got my man Sir Good in the studio with me behind the scenes, as always, taking care of things for me. What's up, my brother? How was your week, man?
It was good. We good, man. Can't complain about it.
All right, good to see you again. One more again, my brother, man. So let's dig right into it, man. I have a presidential townhouse debate. Absolutely none of the debate was about real substantive issues. It was just simply about more nonsense and the candidates throwing mud at each other, man, and mainly around some controversial comments by Donald Trump. How am I not surprised that Donald Trump has some controversial comments out there?
I mean, Hillary got hers too. So I mean, I would never forget that super predator. So,
Yeah,
she never leave that
super predator comments, but Donald's people, for whatever reason, not capitalizing on that comment. That's how she referred to young black men at the time they were trying to get a piece of legislation passed. And I'm not really off news, so I know of it.
Mass incarceration was the Clintons did. That was them. It skyrocketed.
That was them. That was the Clintons.
Yeah.
My people got happy because he played the saxophone.
Yeah. They smoked a little weed, admitted to it.
Well, anyway, man, let's jump back to these comments, man. Because for me personally, when I first heard the comments, and let me be clear about this, I find these comments about the young lady offensive. About his comments about women were offensive, and they were wrong. But my first reaction, he's not the first man that I've heard talk like that. That's not to say it's okay. It's not. I'm not agreeing with him. I'm not saying he's okay. I'm not giving him a pass on that. But you know, my first initial reaction was, okay, my president like women. I'm okay with that. What about you, man?
I mean, I don't have a problem with you, man. First of all, I don't even know what comment is. So I mean,
man. Oh man, where you been, man?
Let me tell you something, brother. This presidential debate conversation, man, it's all a game.
Let me find it and play it for you.
Because years ago, these fools was taking pictures with each other's families. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of pictures with Bill and Trump. There's pictures with Hillary and
well,
Trump.
You know, Trump never made no he never denied. He said that's what he's always done is bought politicians. He said he's bought him his whole career.
So
and then his kid Bush of Access Hollywood, he gets suspended from his camera job for what Trump said 10 years ago, back in 2005. I'm trying to find the video. You know, I was going to ask you how you felt about that too.
I really, at this point, all this is a game, man. Hillary's going to get reelected. I mean, that's because neither one of them have substance of really what they do. So what else is going to turn to? We just seen the last actual presidential debate when Barack and who was the dude that ran against him last time? That was the last actual presidential real debate. This first debate, let me know it wasn't gonna be no real debate. The first one, like man, y'all talking over the moderator. The man can't control the room. You know what I'm saying? Like man, This is a joke.
That tell us what about our country and our politics have come down to?
Man.
You know,
Look,
what can either one of these candidates really do?
first of all, do you really want me to tell the truth how I feel about it?
Yeah, that's why we're here. Talk about it.
First of all, it's all if all the presidents they are related to this king in this king in England, every president is related to him. So what that's telling me is you have a well-rehearsed monarchy going on. Y'all just changed. Even Barack is related to him through his mama's people. I forgot. I'll look it up for you.
You have to give us some background.
So two, they don't run the country anyway. The Rothschilds and the whatchamacallits run the country.
I'm familiar with the Rothschild, man.
The Rothschild and
that name was that family was responsible for the banking system that robs people blind.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, I got this. I got this queued up. Let's see what.
Let's see what the Donald got to say.
I thought I had. I had it. Hold on. There we go.
You gotta look at it when you got it. You gotta get it done. So, everybody else on first? Yeah. You're out.
Okay. This is my first time watching this video. I've been seeing it on the movie. Okay. They think the mic's out.
Okay. That's one of the best stuff you said.
Never come. All right. Here. Now, see, I'm gonna bag it up and let you get that one that they keep.
Grab them by the.
Yeah, basically, that's the that was the biggest.
Man, that's a joke.
Exactly. But look, you turn around, man, and you reprimand this guy that was on the bus listening to it. No, this kid, I don't know, I can't call him a kid, he's a man, but we talking about 11 years ago. This guy's listening to Donald talk, and that's when I know something's wrong with the system, not the way things work in this country. This dude is listening to Trump. Okay, he's listening to Trump talk in a RV 11 years ago. Trump is running for president today because of his comments 11 years ago, and because this cat was listening to him, and maybe even engaged in the conversation to a degree. Today, he's suspended from his job indefinitely because of Donald Trump's comments.
And what they got to do with him?
Exactly. That right there tells me something wrong with the way that this country runs, the way that this country works.
So was he the one that released the tape or something of it?
You know what, man? I have to believe that
that's probably
whoever recorded it back then knew that they would use it for some type of leverage eventually one day in the future. But to me, the whole thing, I honestly, like I say, I don't agree. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not saying he was right for what he was doing. His comments was offensive, but I have a problem with it.
What did he say? He said,
what does it have to do with his ability to effectively manage business?
My thing is, which this country is a business. Let's get that understanding.
That's why I said it.
So, what did he? I'm still missing.
Well, he was offensive. His comments were misogynistic and lewd and objectifying women. So hey, he said this is what he did you hear? He said that basically what he said was he can treat women how he wants to because of his celebrity status. he could just do what he wanted. We just walk up to him and start kissing. He say he got to keep him some Tic Tacs in his mouth because if he like him enough, he just start kissing him. He just goes straight in, and he even grab him by the, you know, if that's what he want to do, and they just allow him to, because of his celebrity status. And that's what.
If it's the truth,
he's telling the truth.
If it's the truth,
I haven't seen any sex scandals with Donald Trump name on them.
well, hold on. There is a lawsuit in the courts. So he supposed to have raped a 13-year-old. Now I don't know which, you know.
I don't know the background of that. I don't know any parts. I do know he's been involved with thousands of lawsuits and accusations, one way or another, be it the plaintiff or the plaintiff or what's the defendant. He's been involved with a number of lawsuits. In business, that's what you deal with. I don't know. I don't know Donald Trump personally. I can't speak to his character. I can say that he is, in my personal opinion, at times obnoxious. Some people may characterize him as a pig, you know, because of his comments, you know. But me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not saying I'm going to vote for him because I just don't know that I'll vote for either one of these candidates, to be honest with you. A month out from the election, I'm undecided. I really am undecided. Neither one of these candidates have said anything to me. As far as Hillary and the Democrats go, they have pretty much owned the black vote for absolutely no effort at all over the last 20 years that I know. I'm not, honestly, I haven't been in the politics or involved in what's going on. Now, I will tell you that our local elections are the ones that we need to, you know, look at closely, keep eyes on our local state representatives, our congressmen, you know, people that actually speak for us on our level. You know, Donald, Hillary, I don't know that I'll give either one of them my vote. If I had to walk into a ballot box today, I don't know that I'd vote for either one of them.
Really?
I just being honest.
I haven't seen no black people that I know, that I personally know, that support him. I haven't seen one. Now, I don't deal with a lot of people, but the ones everybody I know supported Bernie.
Feel the burn.
You know what I'm saying? So people need to understand this. This president stuff is really, really not important. Like you were saying, your state representatives, you know what I'm saying, your congressmen, those are the people that you really need to focus on, because that's who determines how the money gets allocated in your community. With your the school board, you need to be on that election. You need stuff like that. Who's the judges?
Especially if your kids in school.
Yeah, especially who's the judges. Who's who's sitting on
all the city council?
Yeah, police chief, all those, the
sheriff.
Attorney. Yeah,
you don't like the indictments. You don't like the police not being indicted. Get a new district attorney.
You're so wild about this presidential election that ain't got the laws they passed. You probably not gonna see them, or they not gonna enact them. And he doesn't even pass no law. All you do is set the agenda. The Congress and the House Representatives. And those are the people who you really need to focus on.
Congress, Senate, House. Congress, Senate, House. All right, that's who makes the decisions. We have a majority now, Republican, Speaker Paul Ryan. He said that he has not unendorsed Trump, but he said he'll no longer defend it. I read an article a little earlier today saying that, you know, he's tired of defending his stuff, everything that he's doing, you know, because every day is something. But I will tell you, man, you might not agree with me, and a lot of people out there may not agree with me. I could be wrong, but I said from day one, before. When the Republican primary still had 16 candidates, I said Donald Trump was going to be our next president. He dusted a field of polished Republican, lifelong career politicians. for whatever reason, Donald Trump was able to dust the field. Like, I mean, wipe the floor with him.
You know what happened, bro? Donald Trump. See, they played this
Donald
game.
Trump has a machine behind him.
They played this game and thinking, okay, we'll put Donald Trump against Hillary. He will be shooting. But what they fail to realize, the racists and the deep down.
I don't think it's playing that way.
I
I don't think it's playing that way. I think somebody out there is really pulling for Donald. Like, man, this country's going in a direction that a lot of people don't want to see that it's going in. Those racists you just named, they got a lot of power.
Yeah.
Trump has a machine behind him, man. So somebody. The biggest thing I learned in business is that, to be personal, man, I'm still a small fish. I'm a small fish in the big pond. I'm a big fish in my own pond because, you know, I'm an independent contract type worker that works for myself. I have to answer to no one. I own my own time. So to me, that makes me my own boss, my own man. You know, to me, that's priceless. You can't put a dollar value on that. But every person like Donald Trump and the people that you see at the top, they have a team that keeps them down, that gets them there, that keeps them down. It's a team effort. They don't do that by themselves.
For sure.
That's a machine pushing Donald Trump,
Well,
a strong machine. And people ignored it in the beginning and said, "Oh no, he's a joke. He's just he wants TV rating. He just wants free publicity." Well, he's beyond that. He's beyond free publicity. His name is on the ticket. Okay? And don't be surprised if January he's in Washington, D.C. For the inauguration.
getting inaugurated.
I won't be surprised, me personally. I really believe that he has a legitimate shot to win this thing. If he doesn't win, I think he's going to win. Am I going to vote for him? Me personally, I'm undecided. If I had to vote today, I wouldn't vote for either one of these candidates because neither one of them have earned my vote. But in the general election, I mean, if I knew the future, I'd be in Vegas. I wouldn't be here. Atlantic City, be somewhere at a bed table.
What people don't understand is how this election thing works. The people don't decide.
The Electoral College.
Exactly.
But, okay, the Electoral College splits the votes up per state. You have to win the state to win the electoral votes of that state.
But just because you win that state, that don't mean that the person that's supposed to cast the vote for Trump, for Hillary, whoever, is going to cast that vote. That's why they put it in there. Because they didn't trust. I'm in government right now. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying?
I know it ultimately is the Electoral College.
And they don't have to vote along with the popular vote. They don't have to. It's not.
So what's the point of voting?
Give you the illusion of inclusion.
Wow. So you just enlightened me. I've never taken government.
The framers of the Constitution set it up that way.
Wow.
Because they know the people are emotional.
Come on.
So they fixed the Electoral College. So the populist vote can vote all they want. But
that's what happened in 2000.
Exactly. With Bush.
Bush didn't win the popular vote, but he won the president.
Won the Electoral
College.
Even though the Supreme Court ruled that they should recount the votes in Florida, but they've gone ahead and gave it to Bush because they didn't have enough time and they had to keep up with the cycle. So like, yeah, y'all was wrong, y'all messed up, but it's too late. We can't go back. We gotta stay on track.
Wow.
Al Gore really had a case. But
I watched them rob my boy. They robbed him live on national TV. That was really sad.
What's up, my boy Steve Dub, Air Force. And once you've been in the military, you really start to see the illusion of inclusion, because everything starts because you a pawn in the field. Now, ain't that?
Yeah, you definitely a pawn in the
field. You learn the game real quick when
that's
you
what
a pawn.
The military is. All those soldiers are pawns on a chessboard.
Yeah, so when you start being a pawn, when you get sent to Iraq, you start, the weapons of mass destruction that we came here for.
I got a firecracker.
These people in here poor, you know what I'm saying? With mules up and down the street. What you?
Third world.
Datsun, cab drivers. They got weapons manufacturers. Oh, okay. We see what this is about. But you secure the oil fields soon as we cross over. Come on, man.
We basically went jacked up people for their own. He sent y'all in there with the guns.
They let which we call Al-Qaeda do the world trade to get over there. Once we got in Pakistan, what Bush say? Saddam, we turned out. But that was a trend from the beginning. We tried to kick it out. That was the game from the beginning. We ain't know he had nothing. Coleman Powell, we can Coleman Powell out. Coleman told you he didn't have nothing. And Coleman told you, if you go over there and take him out of power, you're going to start a vacuum because of people trying to get to the top. Will you take Pookie off the block? Bloomberg's going to take a spot. Because there's money to be got.
So who is in power in Iraq right now? I don't care. Just this interesting question because Saddam was the regime that had the entire country, you know.
This was from the Iraqi leaders themselves. They was waiting on us to leave so they can fight it out. Between the Sunni and the Shia.
Sunni Shiites,
the Muslim sects. There's two different type of Muslims. You got the Sunni and the Shiites. And the only difference between them is one believe their leaders should be descended of Muhammad and one believe their leaders should be elected. That's the difference. And they fight to kill each other.
I don't even laugh, man, but
I know you can't say it, Steve. You still listen, but I'm out. So I'm gonna say whatever that you want to say. I'm gonna say it.
Well, man, we queue up for break.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna change gears. That's enough of this political stuff, man. When we come back, we're gonna pick up where we left off last week, man. We're talking about the difficulties of blended families, parenting. Catch you guys on the hot seat.
We'll be back, Star Radio. Yeah, Steve, I'm gonna look out for you, man. You know, I know you can't say what you want to say. You still under the documented paperwork, still getting that government check. So you know what I'm saying. But I ain't. I
got a son in the Navy right now.
He good though.
The thing that I appreciate the most though about a democratic leadership in our country is that they're less likely to go to war here late. I mean, Republicans ran right into Iraq, like you say. You know, it was their own country. It was all about the oil.
Look who is the president and the vice president.
All family.
Okay.
All
not all barons. That was just a Bush fight, but you got to think of the Cheney side. The Cheney side was Halliburton.
So all barons.
In defense contracts. That's the big part of it. Now, all of a sudden, the Pentagon get hit in a spot where y'all just said y'all couldn't $6 trillion went on.
They ain't found a wheel.
What a plane with?
They ain't found a wheel off the plane. Where's the black box?
Hey, wait, there is no plane. There's no damn plane.
Hey man, some of the spookiest.
Take your time, brother. Get your chip.
Some of the craziest thing I ever seen, man. You ever see the Message in the Money? On YouTube.
Yeah,
you ever see the Message in the Money?
Yeah.
Where you can fold up bills and save.
Oh no, I haven't.
Never seen it?
Yeah.
Man, I don't. Okay, you need a 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100. You need those 5 bills. And
I heard something like this.
I've done it.
There's some
all I have is 20s. All I have is 20s. So with this 20, I'm gonna show you something. Like you start with a 5. You start with a 5, and you work yourself all the way to 100. You'll see the towers. The 5 will show you the tower standing up. As you work yourself up in denomination, you see the towers fall to the ground.
Wow.
What you see?
You
see them coming down? Look at it. Look at it from the top. Down.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the tree.
You remember when it fell?
Yeah.
You remember how it looked?
Yeah.
You gotta
see
the
new money. Just the new money.
You gotta see it. You gotta see all 5 of them lined up to get the full effect. But I'm telling you. And then I was watching some video, man. The new $100 bill, it's supposed to be a hidden message in that too. It's kind of scary, so I'm not gonna tell you what I saw.
Look, man,
I'll let you research it for yourself.
the prophecies say, man, everything is in your face. That's what the
Man,
prophecies say.
I'm not saying what I believe or don't believe. I'm saying that's a hell of a coincidence.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, like I said, it's a hell of a coincidence that all the Jewish people that were supposed to be in that building mysteriously didn't go to work that day.
All the Jewish people.
All the Jewish people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, speaking of Jews, we was having this conversation the other day. How the hell, how many Jews did it say got killed in Auschwitz?
The Holocaust?
The Holocaust.
Millions.
How did many Jews get to Germany?
They put them from all
How did many Jews get to Germany, man?
Exactly. But when
it's something about that story that don't sit right with me either.
my whole thing is, it was,
And
but
I
guess
feel
what?
for the people that did lost their lives.
Guess what? All of them was financed by Jews to steal the wealth from the poor Jews. Why you need the Rothschilds? First, I'll follow the money.
I haven't studied enough to really dig into that, but a lot of, I wouldn't say that what I've been seeing, but I have looked at what I see. It causes me to be suspicious.
2, 1.
What's up, man? This your boy, Success the Educator, man. We are back on the hot seat, man. Coming at you. Me and my man, Sir Glut. We in here, man. We started a very, very interesting topic on last week that we promised you guys, and we'll get back to and go back into this week because we left off kind of heated, you know, and not necessarily heated, but this is the hot seat. We kind of left the conversation unresolved, so to speak. There's a lot of open ends to the conversation. Yeah. And I took the liberty of speaking with parents on this week and get some different perspectives. Anybody who's listening, I encourage you to call in and join in the conversation.
Comment on the screen, we'll try to shoot.
Yeah, comment on the screen. Matter of fact, well, if I go live, you can't call. So 281-667-8005. 281-667-8005 if you want to chime in and talk about this topic. Now, we're talking about the difficulties of blended families and the difficulty of parenting as a step parent. I will say that parenting is difficult whether you're a step parent or whether you're a biological parent. So, you know, it's difficult either way. But when you have a blended family, and I do have a little experience at this, it can be challenging. And we started last week talking about parenting and the importance of a united front amongst the two parents.
Right.
When you're in a blended situation, the child is least likely to step parent above the biological parent. So it's important that the biological parent, this is just, everything that I say is my opinion. I'm not pawning anything off as fact. Everything that I say is my opinion. And your situation may be different than my situation, but I speak from my experiences and situations that I've been in. I've been in my lifetime, in my 44 years on this earth, I've been in 3 relationships, serious relationships, 2 marriages. I'm in my last marriage. I'm not gonna say my second marriage. I'm in my last marriage right now, because if this one don't work, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, marriage is nothing more than a contractual agreement amongst adults. That's a conversation for another show. But the parenting aspect of it, each serious relationship that I've been in, my first 2 was one to my first wife, yielded me 2 children. My second serious relationship yielded me my youngest son, who's 16, he was with us on last week. And my third relationship is my current wife now. We just celebrated our anniversary of 14 years. Well, I have 3 sons, none by my current wife, but we spent the last 14 years together. She also has 3 daughters. not by me. So I've got a little experience in this area.
True Brady Bunch.
True Brady Bunch. That's right. Really, and forget what you saw on the TV screen. It ain't like that. It don't really go like that. You know, I thought the TV show was cute. And they had a little maid and everything, and we can use a maid sometimes, but we don't have one. And you know, it's never a dull moment, man. It's all when you have that many individuals under one roof. And you know, for a time, there was 5 of us, 5 children, 7 of us. My youngest son has always lived with his mother, but my oldest sons did live with me and my wife for a time. So there was a time when I had me, my wife, and 5 children under one roof. That's exciting.
To say the least.
Now, when it comes to dealing with my own children, my own personal biological children that I birthed, well, not birthed, the mother birthed,
Right.
I donated.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were of my loin.
Right.
Well, I have zero understanding when it comes to my children, and it comes to parenting my children. I will not succumb to any feeling of their mothers, because I have sons. Now,
Right.
if I had girls, maybe I'd feel different. But with sons who are going to one day be men,
yeah,
their mother could never tell me how to parent them and guide them as young men, because she doesn't know. She don't know what I know about being a man.
Exactly.
And so I don't want to hear it. Now we're gonna work together. Yeah, exactly. I'll listen. You know,
I take into consideration.
Exactly.
But when they come on this man stuff,
yeah.
Nah.
And now keep in mind, we were not together, so there were steps. So the important thing for me to do was to make sure that my sons knew and understood the position of my current wife, so that you know they conduct themselves as children respectfully, and you know respect authority, and not you know not bring friction.
Yeah.
To relationship. Because what I've noticed is by being in relationships where, and now from my end, I can tell you that I've always reinforced for the ladies that I've been involved with, but you know, I've also dealt with women that may not necessarily have agreed with my parenting style.
Right.
So what does that do? In the case of my biological children, it means nothing. But in the case of them, excuse me, in the case of their own, well, what if they don't agree with what I'm doing or what I'm saying? Okay. What if they don't agree with what I'm saying? Do they now let the child see that division? I think it's important that the child cannot see the division.
No. Even
if they disagree. You have to agree in front. You have to be united. Because what happens is, and I've experienced it, the child senses the division.
Yeah.
The child now plays on that division because they know that their mother, that's their baby.
For sure.
So the child is going to play on that division and work both sides against each other.
We'll get to you in a second, Cheryl.
As long as what's Cheryl got? What she got? What's your question, Cheryl?
Me being single with no children, what's some good advice for me maybe entering a relationship with someone with children?
Okay. How old are you? Is my first question. How old is Cheryl? Do you know about?
I don't know for certain.
About? Just give a guestimation.
Probably in the 30s. I don't know. Cheryl, don't get mad at me because I don't know.
Okay, well, let's say you're 30. Let's say you're 30 and you have no children. Because I have a niece who's actually 30 with no children. And this is the advice that I give her. If you're going to go into a relationship with an individual that has children,
surely,
first of all, are involved. How many baby mothers are involved? Because what you're signing up for, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you're signing yourself up for unnecessary, at times, maybe even drama, because you don't have that problem. You don't have children. Okay, 40. Oh, well, at this point, you say 44?
Yes, I'm 44.
Okay, I'm 44 too, my man. At this stage in the game, they children ought to be old enough to where they shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
unless you can for your youngster out there.
Yeah.
And I ain't knocking you if that's what you're going for. Just
Well, somebody could have had
know.
kids late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. But speaking from my own experience, if you got a gentleman that's 40 and he had a kid late, he should be on this game.
Yeah.
He, you know, now if he's 40 with a little kid and it's still drama,
Yeah.
X that fool.
Yeah.
Right? Stay out of his mix. By our age, you're supposed to have your stuff together.
Yeah.
It should be no drama. Now you still have to deal with the division of, like I say, dealing with the child cohesively as adults, as an individual. But his action will show you if he's serious about you and actually allowing you to be that authority. Because what he'll do is he's going to definitely reinforce and work with you.
Right.
He's not going to, at every turn, throw up a wall. Because what I've noticed in my experiences, when it came to women and their children, they throw up this protective wall. It's like, oh, that's my baby. That you don't understand. You're just being hard. Well, I do understand, and that's why the world is going to be hard on your baby. So you need to be hard on your baby. Now, when I say hard, what I mean is what?
And not compromising on, you know what I mean? On
you need to stick to teaching. Okay. Don't give them everything without making them earn it. Because what you're gonna get is this generation of beggars that we have today that are not used to earning anything. Because they mama give it to them. They mama give it to them. So and they've earned nothing throughout coming up through school, no matter what they did, you know, chores. When I was a boy, you were given chores. Okay? Your chores were your responsibility. If you did your chores, you were rewarded with an allowance. If you didn't do your chores, not only did you not get an allowance back in my day, you got the business.
Yeah.
You see, so you had motivation to do those chores whether you got money or not.
Exactly.
What it did for me, I didn't see it at the time, was it instilled the work ethic in me. That, you know what? I have the responsibility of keeping my area clean. I have the responsibility of cleaning behind myself. See, don't teach them to clean up behind you. Teach them to clean up behind themselves. But see, I've watched parents, and I speak from my own experience now. I've watched a parent scream at a child for not cleaning up while they were cleaning up behind the child. What did that do?
Nothing.
Because the child,
I hear you yelling.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna do
what you cut.
You cleaning up.
There you go.
I ain't got no whooping. I ain't got no
there
discipline.
You go.
Nothing. So basically, all I gotta do is hear you holler, and you gonna do the work.
Now, fast forward. Today, what do you have? You have a lazy individual because you didn't enforce, because you thought you were being too hard. No.
You thought you were helping them. That's my. Look here, man. My mind is like, look, I ain't gonna tell you how to raise your kids. That's what you want to do. As long as they respect what I say and do what, when I say move, they move. I can't tell you, but tell you what, when 18 comes, if you ain't prepared them to get out.
And see, that preparation, you just hit on it right there. You just hit on it right there, that preparation. Hey, look, y'all, we're going to take a break because that's a good point. We're going to take a break, man. We're going to come right back. We're going to hit on that preparation. Dang. You're on the hot seat. Star Radio.
What you say, Sam? Scroll down and read. You say, 44. Steve said you got to be understanding and not place themselves in situations that don't involve them. Just like, no, I'm not. It's just 2 days. I'm old fashioned. Not saying you are, but you get some women that feel they need to overstep boundaries, work your way, and as you build relationships, you can be more of a parent figure that they're looking for. So basically, be patient. Don't try to jump in, and that's what Steve's saying. With women, women, like you say, put up that wall.
They're protected. It's,
Yeah.
it's the mother's instinct. It's what they protect their young.
And what we see is preparation. Hey, like take out the trash. You got this. I'm preparing you for responsibility. That's all what a job is. They're gonna give you responsibilities and they're gonna expect you to fulfill them. You know what I'm saying? Bottom, no matter what, if you're an accountant, they're gonna give you a responsibility and they want to expect you to fulfill it. Same thing. Taking out the trash, sweeping up. Bro, when I was growing up, we had Saturday morning, my mama's whole house got clean. Dusted. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my mom was angry when it came to our house smelled like pine over pine.
Look, before you even get to go anywhere, no, that was expected. Born and dusted, if you want to do something early, you better do it Saturday night. It better get done this weekend.
My mama is the reason why I vowed to be successful, so that I never have to go back and live with her. Because that woman, oh my, 5 a.m., pine over pine splashing everywhere.
Yeah.
You got to get up. Assholes and elbows is all she want to see.
Like Florida, all good
What?
time.
Oh, man. And that's what it was.
But you know what? That's the problem now. We made it so, they've made it so comfortable. The kids don't want to leave the house. They have no incentive to leave the house. Because I'm getting everything. Then all of a sudden, you can get everything, and all of a sudden, you can't just cut them off. They 19, before you know they 21, still in the house, you still buying, you still doing everything. And they grown.
You still ripping them, brother, taking them everywhere. You still.
And they grown. You ain't prepared them. And you can't put them out because then it dawn on you, I ain't prepared this child.
Because you turn them out to the street, you basically just throwing them to the wolves because they don't know. They don't know. And what's crazy is you said 18 preparation. I want to hit on that.
36. It's preparation, man. What people don't understand how I'm raising my child. How you raising an adult? And the sooner, I'm not saying take that innocence, but as soon as you can start putting responsibility, you know your child. If your child can get up first thing in the morning, go fix him something to eat, and do this and hop on the game, but guess what? They can get up in the morning, you can wash your dish, the bed better be made, you can do all this stuff before you hop on that game. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know, because I came up in the video game era, so I know how kids sit in the house, but my thing is, if you want to clean, you done everything. My motto: do everything and do what you're supposed to do, so you can do what you want to do. Yeah, simple motto. We back.
We back on the hot seat, y'all. Man, we having a good conversation. We're talking about the difficulties of parenting and blended families. We're talking about the difficulties of being a step parent, of working with the biological parent, amidst whatever chaos may come. Now, my man said, "Let me a very, very interesting comment before we went to break." He said that we spoil these children. Basically, what we've begun to do is we've begun to spoil these children. We've got to give them everything, and evidence of that is they want what kind of shoes?
Jordans, KD,
Jordan.
LeBron.
They ain't never seen Jordan play, but they stand up at the mall at 6 a.m. to get some J's. And what did they do to earn those J's?
Nothing. Not nothing.
Now, if they earned them, more power to them.
But how many times has that been the case?
The biggest thing that I've gotten personally is that when it comes to parenting, and I'll use me and my wife, when it comes to parenting, we are total opposites. We don't agree on much of anything when it comes to parenting. What has that gotten us? 6 children that are 6 totally different children. And don't get me wrong, because know that when your child, we as children, think about yourself, the day is going to come when you're going to make your mind up. So it doesn't matter how well you parent. And this has changed for me over the years. I used to blame children's failures on their parents. I don't do that anymore. As a parent of adult children, I now understand that you can try your hardest as a parent. You can work as hard as you can. You can instill all the right you want to in a child. And that child will still grow up and do some of the stupidest stuff. Yeah, I said stupidest because that's what they do. They do some stuff that'll make you just look at that child and just want to just slap the black boy. I know I taught you better than that.
Straight up.
Okay? So when they reach a certain point to where they're making their own minds up, it's no longer on you, parents. So let yourself off the hook. Okay, you've done all that you can do. And if you're feeling guilty about what you didn't do before they stop listening to you, oh well, because guess what? They don't listen to you anymore. Right now, I have 5 adult age children. I say adult age because being adult age does not make you an adult. I'm going to go back to what you said, or you prepared. Let's just be real. At 18, I wasn't prepared to be an adult. I wasn't. Now, I was independent. I was out here getting it how I live, taking care of me. In a sense, it did. But I had a long way to go.
Right.
And I believe that the support of parents throughout that whole transition is very big. We're just putting the kid out because they turned 18.
Right.
Now, I believe in putting the kid out when you tell me you're grown in my house.
Yeah, you don't want to vibe on my roof.
Because you're not. If you still got, you're grown when you don't have to come to my house to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
When you can get out here in this world, this is my opinion now. I'm always stated it's my opinion. When you can get out in this world and you not have to ask anybody for anything, and you can make it happen for yourself, however it is, you're grown in my opinion. Now, as parents, it's our job to, in those impressionable years, 0 through when they begin to make their own mind up. Because they're going to start making their own mind up. Depending on how you rear them.
Right.
Because my children did it at different ages.
Yeah, everybody matured.
Mine did it at different ages. Like my 16-year-old right now, I'm so thankful that he's still of a child's mind. I'm so thankful for that. Because at 16, I wasn't.
Right.
And I know what happens once your mind opens up and you begin to explore the world. Now your parents have lost their effectiveness. They can still advise you when you want their advice. Yeah. You're going to listen now selectively because in your mind, I got this figured out. Think about when you were a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So that's what I'm basing this on, in the fact that I have adult age children.
And I'm thinking, because all the people that got kids my age, you know what I'm saying, that's got these, you know what I'm saying, might be in between now, at 30, I'm 36, you 44, in between that age.
Okay.
They see how we grew up and they misinterpreted it. You feel what I'm saying? They was like, well, I don't want my kids to have to do this, I don't want the kids, but you missed the beauty in the struggle. You missed the preparation in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? You missed that.
Yeah.
You totally missed that.
Yeah.
And you wanted to, well, I wanted to have this, I wanted to have that. But you're not rich. You're not well off. If you want to give them materialistic things to think that's going to make you a better parent, guess what? Rich people can do that. And then, just like Donald Trump can get a $14 million loan from his dad, or however much it was, $millions to start a business. You can't get that child. He don't have to get out here and grind. Have you prepared them for the grind? No. There you have it.
I think a lot of it too is we parent the way we were parented. So, in the case of my current wife, she is one of those givers to her. She's giving them. If they pouted, if they cried, if any one of those girls cried or snotted for anything, she was breaking her neck to give it to them. Over the years, I've warned her, you can't do that. You can't do that, honey. You spoil them. You need to make them earn it. You need to make them earn it. What do you have? Now you have adults that are still looking to mama.
Entitled.
Oh man, entitled. That's a good word.
Entitled, because mama didn't already make, you know what I'm saying? That mama be old in the grave and y'all still.
Now, They're good children, and I call them children. They're adult age children. You know, they're not bad people. You know, they can work on character, in my opinion. You know, but they're beautiful. Everyone's beautiful in their own way.
Right.
You know, but you're lost. You're behind the 8 ball because you were not prepared, just as you say. You were not taught to earn.
We're not, and people out there, we're not saying being prepared makes you a bad person. You're just not prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
Not prepared.
Exactly. So what happens is this. I can tell you what happens once you don't prepare that child, because I've seen it. Again, remember, I have adult age children.
Right.
What happens when you don't prepare the child properly is the child gets to that age where I'm grown. I can make my own mind up. I can do what I want to do. And I'm gone. Deuces. I'm finna hit the door. But the child has absolutely no idea of what waits for them on the other side because you've sheltered them and you've given them everything.
Not a balance check.
And now, as a parent, you're worried because you know your child is out here susceptible to the world because people are going to exploit them. People are going to take advantage of them because they're naive, because they don't know about people and motives and how the world really works, and that people have one agenda, their own. You know, a lot of young people jump out, and it's the case with young women. They in love.
Searching for love.
Oh man, I did it, and I'm speaking from experience. I did it myself. That's how I know. And you jump out there and you're not prepared, and you put yourself in an adult situation, and you don't have a clue what to do because your parents haven't prepared you. So what happens? 3-4 months down the line, where are you? On your face, looking at your parents like this.
I was wrong. Eating that crow.
No, but you really still think you're grown.
Yeah.
You're only there because life is whooping you.
Yeah.
And you have nothing else you can do or nowhere else that you can go because you don't want to listen to your parents. Once you think you grown, no person that thinks they're grown wants to live at home.
Don't listen to nobody.
No person that does. And if a kid leaves home one time saying they grown, the last place they want to come is back home. Trust me, I know. Yeah. If they back home, it's because they have absolutely nowhere else that they can go. All right? And I just know that from experience. I know that from having those adult age children. So parents and step parents, the best thing that you can do for all of your children, work together cohesively as a unit. Communicate. Have family meetings. Communication is more than just one person talking and everybody else listening. You have to really be able to open up and say how you feel. Everybody should. Everybody involved in that family. And I'm telling you from my own mistakes, people. Okay? I'm talking to you from my own experiences. Because family, true family, communicate, truly love. And when you have those step situations, if you allow confusion, if you allow division, it brings in elements that you have to fight for years. It brings elements into your relationship that you have to fight or decide whether or not you even want to be together. Because you can have situations that will make you question whether or not you even want to be in this relationship. Is this worth it? You know, and for the men out there or the woman out there that's thinking that, oh, okay, well, that child's going to be grown one day, and I ain't going to have to deal with them no more. You're lying to yourself. Because that's going to always be your mate's child. They're adults, but your mate is always going to see their child. And so they're going to always have that involvement.
Exactly.
And so that's to be expected. So if you can't deal with that, you might as well cut your losses now, pitch your tent, move around. If you're prepared to really work with that individual, to really go the distance, you know, for the long haul, well then bunker down because you're going to deal with these issues. And I can tell you that with 6 children, you're going to have a lot of issues because no matter what you teach those children, no matter how well you raise or try to prepare them, somebody in that bunch is going to do something that's going to make you want to kill them. I hope you're fortunate enough that that doesn't happen to you. But in most cases, children just do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
They just do dumb stuff, no matter how you prepare, no matter how well off you are, no matter what you give them. I have relatives. I have relatives of my own. I have children of my own that have done dumb stuff that they did not have to do. When I say dumb, I mean legal problems. I mean trouble with the law type stuff that you did not have to do.
Why do you do that?
You know, just for being stupid, for no other reason. You know, and you know, parents, you know if you have a leader or a follower. You know what you have. So you have to teach your leader that in order to be an effective leader, you have to follow my lead, because I am your leader now. In order to lead, you must know how to follow. You know, in every scenario of rank, that leader of men has a leader until you get to the top, until you get to the owner of the company,
Right.
CEO. Okay,
Sometimes they got bored.
they had to work their way up, and even as you work yourself up, you're still looking up unless you're the owner of the company. So you have to follow instruction. So in order to lead, you must follow. As young men and women coming into society, as an educator, I've worked with so many young men and young women that attitude, the entitlement, as you say, of this generation, the entitlement, the attitude, it has developed a society of very rude individuals, of very lazy individuals. I've never seen so many young people begging for change on corners. Young people, I'm not talking about old war vets. You used to see the old war vets back in the day downtown, you know.
Well, like panhandling is a damn job now, boy. So
young people, man. I'm seeing young people begging. I was pumping gas. Girl drove up to me and asked me for 50 cents. I said, what in the world are you gonna do with 50 cents? You know what she wanted? She wanted to get up baby something to drink. That was in the backseat. So I told her, I said, you know what, Mama, I'm not gonna give you 50 cents. I'm gonna go buy you baby something to drink. But I can't get a cigarette.
That's what
the 50 cent was for, a little cigarette. I say, well, Mama, I don't smoke cigarettes. I ain't buying no cigarette. I'm sorry. I'm really not sorry, but you know, well, I would actually, she did, because when I went bought her a drink, and she had the baby sippy cup, and she poured it in and she gave it to the baby. So she did get the baby something to drink, but she wanted a damn cigarette. Why you begging? You don't need to smoke. I smoked cigarettes for almost 20 years. I did. Thankfully, you know, June 19th of this year made 8 years that I've gone without touching a cigarette. And I quit June 19th, 2008, cold turkey. Okay? I never begged for cigarettes.
I hate that. Support your habits.
Come on. Come on. If you can't support it, you don't need it.
My dad used to say, when we worked construction.
That was the difference of my generation.
Now, you know, you get paid every week, guys, go blow their money.
Yeah.
They come back Monday, but was begging cigarettes. Say, man, look, you bought coochie with your money.
Come on. Look, my family's coming to business. We poured slabs. My uncles poured more concrete in Houston than anybody I know back when I was born. When you got big enough, you had to load the tools on that truck. You had to go to that job site and unload the tools. You had to do something. You had a job title. You worked. Exactly. I didn't realize it at the time. But we actually got paid too, though. He paid us just like he paid all the workers at the end of the week. We didn't get as much because we're kids. We kids. We got enough money to go blow it to arcade.
Yeah.
I'm talking about as early as 10 years old. You know, really.
See, now you can't even do that because that's child. You know
I'm
what I'm
talking about as early as 10 years old, man. We were on the truck. They made us stay out the way. When they were pulling mud, we had to stay over out the way. We knew what not to do. But all we really did was load the truck, unload the truck. You know,
somebody needs
stay
something,
out.
bring me some
There you
water
go.
or something. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
Yeah,
Go for
Aaron
it.
Moore, yeah.
There you go. But it put us in that work environment. It taught us that, you know, hey,
People don't understand what exposure, what exposure does. Just being in that environment. You know what I'm saying? People say, if you want your child to go to college, take them to a college. Walk them around. And they got to be exposed to it. They got to know. They got people that, oh, I want to go to college. They ain't never been, don't know what it is. Bro, go around there. If you like girls, look at all these girls, right? Wearing a little short, a little tight. Look what you want. Hey, bro, this way here for you. But if you don't never expose them to it, if all you do is put your kid in front of the TV, or you know what I'm saying?
Or play video games all day.
And I never took them fishing. I ain't never done nothing. Teach each child nothing. Change the tire, change the oil, do something. Hey,
You know what?
Prepared.
It is our hope here on the hot seat, man, that each and every one that's listening to us heard something that would encourage you, that would enrich you, that would enlighten you, something that you can take back with you and utilize. You know, children are a blessing. Children, I love children. I do. They need to be prepared. Mothers and fathers, because it's not just mothers. I'm a barber, so I've seen men that were worse than some of these women when it comes to babying their sons.
Raised by single moms.
Well,
You said we parent how we were parented.
yeah, you know, so you know, prepare those children. You know, they got to get out and just know it is my biggest wish as a parent that when I leave this earth, I leave knowing that I don't have to be concerned
About my child.
each of my children have the tools necessary to navigate this lifestyle, this lifetime successfully. And they won't be chewed up and spit out by the world, basically.
I think that's everything. Because that's my job. I looked at when I had my job is, if I leave this earth, I know in my mind, my heart and my soul that I put everything in you for you to survive, for you to be out.
Well, I'll say this, my kids have no scapegoat. I'm not the perfect parent. I'm sure that I've made a lot of mistakes, some that I know that I've made along the way, because as a parent, you have to grow. You know, when you're starting out as a parent, you're a child as a parent, just as that child is a child to life. There's no handbook for parenting. People write books, but there's no handbook for parenting. You got to learn it as you go. And that means you are free to learn more than your parents taught you about parenting. You don't have to be your parents' parent. You don't have to do what your parents did. You can do it your way. If your ways, communication, effective communication is key in my opinion. Because of the way that I was brought up, I once believed in, you know, you got to tear that butt up.
And now
I believe that
it's necessary when
young.
it's necessary.
The first 5 is the most impressionable years what each young parents need to know. The first 5 is when you instill what you're gonna get. If you put it in there in the first 5 years,
Yeah, you good.
you okay. You don't have to worry. If you instill in that child that I ain't taking no mess.
Already.
You can put that in there without beating the hell out your child. Because at that age, they're impressed. They don't know. They're learning. Their mind is so wide open, it's so broad that you can get them to where you need them to be so that you can effectively communicate them now throughout their journey and have their active participation.
Exactly.
But you young lazy ass parents got to do the work in the first 5.
That is.
They're not doing it. You let iPods and phones raise your damn children. Get on your job. I'm gonna leave y'all with that on the hot seat. We love y'all. Star Radio, the hot seat, man. We're gonna catch y'all right back here next week, 7 o'clock, like we always do about this time. My man, Sir